Hello, everybody. Just had just had a good, interesting conversation with my homegirl, and we was talking about relationships, and normally I'm talking about real estate or credit or finances, something dealing with something like that. But when it comes to growing, relationships play a major part in your growth as well. So, just gonna make a quick video about the situation. You know, a lot of times, females, sometimes men too. It's not just a man or a woman thing, but a lot of times it's a lot of women, they like to go shopping. They want to go to the movies or they want to go out to eat today. They just want to go, 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 go. You know what I'm saying? Go shopping. I want to go get my hair fixed. I want to go get my nails done. I want to just go do this. I want to do stuff. A lot of times they ain't making no money and bringing in no money. Even the ones that are bringing in money, it's just leaving they hands as soon as they get it. But and like I say, this is go for men too, because I know a lot of men that do the same thing. As soon as they get paid, the money gone. They go do this and go do that, and just gotta go do something that's gonna cost them their money. They done worked all week for. Now you finna give that away. But um, in these relationships, a lot of relationships, the cause of most divorces and breakups, you already know, is either cheating or some dealing with money. So you got to address that issue with the person that you're getting with, and basically, if if a man is going to work and just say his woman is not working, that's okay because I would prefer my woman not to be going to work for somebody else anyway. But I'm an entrepreneur, and I have a job also that I work for somebody else. So I would rather my woman be working on the business that I created, and you know I can take care, the household or whatever. I do that anyway. So I would rather my woman to be working on the business that I created. Now I don't have to pay somebody to do that, and she don't have to get paid right now. It's not about right now. What can I get right now? Because if you're worried about the right now money, if everything's about what you can get right now, then you're gonna be just getting that little right now money. And you're gonna be working for the rest of your life because you steady trying to get something right now so you can just go and do something with it. But if you just work and don't worry about the money, if the bills paid, everything taken care of, all your needs taken care of, and you just working the business, eventually the business is gonna grow to where it will bring in income, and that way you won't have to be steady working. Then your husband or whoever, he can eventually come off this job working for this other person that hate him anyway. So you just going there to get money to put into this system over here that is going to eventually take care of you and your household. It's going to take care of the whole household. Then you can spend your time every day. You, your wife, your kids get older. Everybody can eventually be working that system, working for that system that's taking care of everybody. Now, everybody got their own goals, stuff that they want to do. Now, the system also finance that. But first, you got to build a system and work that system. Make that system take care of you. Make that system bring you the money. That's your income. Now, you can hire people to work the system after a while. And everybody can pursue the dreams that they want to pursue without having to go and work for somebody else 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day. And check the history of the owner of your company. It's probably somebody that hates you, that's been hating you since the beginning of time, and the only reason you working there is because they need you to go and do their job so they don't have to do it. Soon as they can cut you off, guess what? They'll cut you off. Soon as they can cut your pay, they'll cut your pay. So if a lot of relationships were split up, if they would split the what kind of work they doing, okay, if the man is making the most money, he stays at that job and bring in that income, create a business. See, we don't even talk about starting businesses in relationships enough. Start a business. Let your woman work your business. If you don't have enough money to cover all the household income, then okay, both of y'all got to do that. And you start a business still. And both of y'all taking some of y'all's money, put it into that system, into that business. Let that business grow. As it grows, it don't matter if it take a year, 2, 3, 4, 5. You work on a job for 40 years for the next person who would never make sure you are right for the rest of your life unless you steady coming to work. That system that you build is gonna take care of you forever. So you gotta have it. One day you might not have that job. You get a 30-year mortgage. You get fired. Guess what? You lose your house. And some people say, I ain't gonna buy no house and pay for 30 years. Okay, well, you get a 1-year lease. Lose your job. You get evicted. You can't even sell that apartment or that house that you're renting. You have to just get out and hope you get your deposit. Probably won't, because you already know these apartments is they don't like giving you back your deposit. They don't care if you've been there 10 years. They'll just tell you to get out, send you a bill. But in a relationship, the relationship can be way more powerful if couples work together. The man have a decent skill where he can bring in decent money, keep your expenses low. All these new cars and car notes, forget all that crazy stuff. Just you need a place to stay, you need food, you need some clothes, but you don't need Gucci. You don't need all that. If you really love this person, y'all can chill together without all of that. You happy anyway. Get the person that you really want to be with. You don't have to have all of that because the person you with is making you happy. So put your money into something that's going to make more money. A system, a business. If you don't know how to start a business, study on how to start one and eventually do it. If you don't want to do that, invest. Find a business that you want to invest your money into. You got a family member, a close friend, somebody you trust that's always been taking care of their business. Invest and work a deal with that person. But put your money to work to where eventually your money will grow enough to where it will take care of you and your household, and then you can spend more of your time doing the things that you want to do with your life. Enjoy your life. Enjoying life is not working for somebody 10 hours a day for 40 years, different companies, because nobody want to keep you forever. Nobody want to give you no decent retirement. They don't want you to go to the doctor. If they give you insurance, they get mad at you when you use it because they want you at work. So you in jail pretty much. You know what I'm saying? On a plantation somewhere. You go to lunch when they say it. You go to break when they say. You come in and you leave when they say. So you stuck. Grown, doing what somebody is telling you to do all day, every day. Don't mess up off the job, because then they'll still say, well, you represent us, you make us look bad, you fired. So we got to take ourselves back. We belong to ourselves. We got to take ourselves back and start putting ourselves to work. We let other people put us to work, why we can't put ourselves to work? And you don't have a team of people that you can pay. Your partner and your kids, once they get old enough, that's your team. We got to start thinking like successful families are supposed to think. Build you something. Get you an acre or two. Anything. Grow you some food. Have some plants, some food out there, and some chickens, turkeys running around. Get you, go buy 5 acres or 10 acres and dig up a water hole. Have your fish, your plants, your vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you eat, grow that, raise that. Keep your expenses down, and invest your money into assets. Buy rental properties. If you not on that level yet, purchase. Just make purchases that will grow your money, because your relationship gonna go through a lot of stress if you don't do your money right. And a lot of these women, a lot of times they need to pay attention to what their man is saying if they have an entrepreneur, because a lot of times the entrepreneur gonna ask his woman, promote this, help me market this, help me work this, make these phone calls, do this paperwork. If you're going to work 10, 12 hours a day or 8 hours a day, you should be able to come home. If your woman's not working, you don't want her at Walmart working or McDonald's working. You don't want her making $10 an hour. She's worth more working that business. She's worth a whole lot more working that business. You pay all the bills. You the man. Pay all the bills, take care of everything, as long as she's working too. You can at least, if I can go put in 8, 10, 12 hours on this job, you can at least put in 6 hours working and building this business. And She still got time to do whatever she want to do during the day in between. She don't have to take breaks 15 minutes and rush back. She don't have to take a 30-minute lunch and rush back. She don't have those stressful conditions, and she still have time to cook and clean up. And as that business grows, you know, eventually you'll be able to hire somebody, and she'll have a little less work to do. Eventually, you'll be able to hire somebody else. That's a little less work again. Now, at some point, this man can leave his job. Once that company replaces his income that you started, once it replaces his income and still produces enough income to make sure you and your woman is straight. Now, neither one of y'all are working for somebody else. Both of y'all are putting y'all's time into building this business, and you can keep getting help as you can afford it to pay people. Now you like the man that you was working for. That's the whole point, is to hire people and not be hired. Because when you get hired, you can get fired. And if you hire yourself, you got to worry about firing yourself. And if couples can think like that together, then relationships would be a lot better. Women won't be running around here trying to figure out how to get babies and money off of men. Me make some babies so I can have a guaranteed check and housing and food. Nobody who wants to go that route. That's not a happy route. Now the government telling you what to do. Still, you still like you got a job. So when couples can work together and build a business, buy assets together, couples that really, really love each other can come together and work together. The relationship don't have all that extra unnecessary stress, and it can last longer. Now you can have a 30-year marriage again, like the people before us. The woman wasn't always going to work. Our grandmamas wasn't working. They was cooking and cleaning up and doing what was necessary in the household. Nowadays, what's necessary is building a business, having your food again, garden, farm if you want to, whatever you want to have that at home. Have everything at home. And everybody come together to work that system. It's all about building and building a system, making a system take care of the household. Now, don't nobody have to work. And if you want rental property, you could buy a piece of property, get some income from that, put that towards your expenses. Get another property, that's a little bit more. After a while, you get another property, that's a little more. Eventually, you could, if you wanted to go the real estate way, you could have enough property and enough income coming from your property to pay all your expenses. Now, you don't have to pay. You don't have to go to work to pay bills. You got tenants in your property that's paying for all of that, and each property is building equity along the way. That's powerful. But they don't teach that in school. Of course, they don't want us to know that. They don't want us to know, man. Every time you want to own something, every time you want a liability, go get an asset first. Make that asset pay for your liability, then go get it. You stay in an apartment, if you